I figured the best intro would be no intro so that I don't have to worry about an intro. So, how's that for an intro? Now I know we're already going hard into the philosophical questions, but I need you to stay with me now, okay? So, without further ado, let's get right into the video. Now, you see this oval that we made here? This is the base of everything. If I make it too big, then everything's gonna be way too big and it's just gonna take way too long. But if I make it too small, then things aren't just going to look right. So I had to try and find that balance, you know? Ultimately, it doesn't use up too much room, and I am using up a lot of room to store these things. So I might actually end up selling some of these, and I would not be opposed to that. So if you have any ideas on how I should give away these projects, let me know. Actually focusing back in on the project, I decided to finish off this torso, and I think it came out amazingly. I kind of wanted a round torso, but the way it turned out was unexpectedly pretty good. I can't tell if Isaac is hitting the gym or what, but this is already shaping up to be pretty good, so let's continue on with it. Next, I started working on the legs because I realized that stability is part of every single build, okay? It's one of the biggest pieces, and I'm very tired of holding this torso. After adding more to the legs, all we have left are filling them in and then making the arms and massive forehead because Isaac has a massive forehead in the game. Now, Isaac's body is all one color, so there isn't much I can do with it, but I did want the legs to expand the further out they went. They didn't really happen, but still I think they turned out fine regardless. But yeah, right now I'm just fixing the body, trying to find that angle of balance, and then we can move on to the next part, which is the head, I think. I don't know, I don't remember. Turns out it was, but this actually reminds me of ice cream as well. Now I kind of had to guess how big I want the head to be. I had to finagle a bit more than what you see here, but honestly I kind of wish it was a bit bigger at the moment, but it is what it is. I think it still worked out in the end, and honestly, it wasn't too bad. After that, I finished the head and apparently gave us new lighting, I guess. And as you can see, there's a little bit in the back there, but let's just pretend we don't see that, you know, kind of forget that it's there and continue on. Yes, with that, now we can start working on the face parts like the eyes, the mouth, and other parts. And wait, is the background music cutting out? Hold on a second. Let me just, there we go. Now, like I was saying, let's go ahead and work on this face. Now I started with the eyes here because I felt like they were going to be pretty easy, just a whole bunch of black with a little bit of white, and while they were super easy to make, they came out pretty well, I think. Look at this, we can make our own Isaac creepypasta with this, Isaac.exe. But yeah, it really was super good that this was yet another easy face to make because I really do struggle on these things, but it was simple and effective, and that's what I love to hear, that's what I love to see, and that's what I love to do, and that's what this channel is about. Going back to the face here, the only problem I actually had with the eyes, the other pieces, were just figuring out where to place them because the face in the game is pretty different, so I had to figure it out and finagle once again. But yeah, I finished on working the mouth. Wait, no. I worked on finishing the mouth, and then I added the last pieces to the eyes, and we're basically done here with the face. As you can see, everything is starting to come together and starting to look good. But if you want things to be even gooder, then you can look into my crypto as I'm going to rug pull you. I'm not even big enough to do that yet. But in the meantime, you can subscribe to my channel. And yeah, I guess I'll make better videos while not rug pulling you all. But as you can see here, all we have left is to fill in the tears. And that's actually just it for the head. Like, there's nothing else to it. It's just so simplistic, but still, it just looks so good, you know? So now that we've finished with the head, we can now move on to the arms, and once those are finished, we can move on to the finer details that complement everything, and that's where we'll really be done with the build. But for right now, I'll go ahead and attach the head to the body right now, and we'll be done with that. Although it did actually take me a little bit longer than I thought it would, but overall still looks pretty good. As per usual, the arms are made like the feet, but this time they're actually going to be at an angle because they're going to be holding something. Now what that something is, who could possibly know? It's not like, you looked at the thumbnail or anything, right? Surely didn't do that. But seriously, look at these arms. It looks like he's jacked up, like he just went to the gym and just bench pressed, I don't know, 1,000 pounds or something. But whatever he's doing, I need to do that too. But yeah, don't mind the anti-gravity tiers here. I just need to lift them up so I could make the arms better. But yeah, as you can see, I'm slowly filling them in and they're slowly looking better and better. And we're slowly using less and less of this tan pipe cleaner here. So count your days, tan pipe cleaner. You're gonna be gone. But yes, it appears we need another music refresher. So let me just, there we go. And also, yeah, he's been skipping leg day and you can really see it now. Like he's been going to the gym, getting those workouts in, getting those damage ups. We're so sorry to hear that. He gets 5 big booms. Boom, 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 boom. But now that we have finally finished the body, we can now have balance in the body and we can move on to the other details, which will then bring everything together and we can end this video. So naturally, I'll start with one of the most recognizable parts of Isaac, being the D6. Now that first draft was actually a bit too big for our scale, but I think this next one was actually pretty perfect. The only problem was that, it is a square and I'm pretty used to making circular things, so things had to get a little bit different. I had to innovate. But with innovation comes immaculation, and I've got to say this cube is looking pretty perfect and pristine. So let's go ahead and fill it in, and then we have to put the pips in. So yeah, the easy part was actually making the square, but the hard part was making the pips and then putting each and every last one of them onto there, and it took pretty long. Essentially, I was just testing here to see if Isaac would hold the dice as I wanted him to, but now that he has, it's time to move on to the pips. But yeah, you guys get the point. All I did was just fill in the rest of the dice, and now all I have to do is connect it to the hand, so everything will be fine and dandy and awesome. So obviously I had to decide which side I wanted to show the most, and I decided obviously the one with 6 pips because D6, 6 pips, and also that's the side I spent the most work on, and you're about to see every last bit of work and sweat and blood and everything that I put into this. So I basically finished the bulk of what I wanted to do, but I decided to add more because I wasn't sure if we were going to make the 8-minute mark, but we literally just did, so I guess just enjoy a longer video from me today, huh? First things first, let's go ahead and make a base for our boy here, but I chose green, and that's kind of weird because there's not much green in the game, so kind of a misplay, but it is what it is. It still got the job done. This time, unlike last time though, I opted to do a square instead of a circle just to see how easy or hard it would be to fill in, and I guess we're doing squares now today. As far as easiness goes, I think the circle was much easier to fill in, but the square also has its uses as well, so you might be using them interchangeably. So you may be wondering why I'm making in the background, and it's a piece of poop. It's literally a piece of poop. It's in the game, okay? Trust me, it's actually in the game. If you've never played the game, the whole game is pretty messed up, but I'm not gonna get into it right now. And as far as making it, it looks as good as a piece of poop can, honestly, I mean, honestly, I think I succeeded. I was supposed to make poop. It looks like poop. I think I did my job. Next up, I decided on making the campfire, but not just any campfire, the one specific white campfire from one part of the game. If you know, you know. Essentially, I started with a base of sticks and then I tried to model the fire based off of my Dead Cells creation, so that's kind of why they look similar. Now that we finished this here fire, that means we have actually finished the entire project. So we're going to go ahead, put it on our base, and end the video here. That's it. We're not going to get any glamour shots or anything. Just kidding. Of course I'm going to give you the glamour shots, and then we're going to have a whole yap session at the end. So, see you there. And hey, welcome on back to the Yap session. Looks like all the roads come back here, huh? Nah, but seriously though, thank you so much for watching. Let's talk about the channel. We're basically at 100 subs. I haven't checked my analytics in about a week while I'm making this video, so I wouldn't know if we actually made it yet, but remember, we're celebrating at 110 subs. We cannot let the bots have this celebration as well. I hope that does not come to bite me back in the butt in the robot revolution, you know? But with that, there's not really much to yap about, you know? I'm just glad that you watched the entire video. Please like and subscribe. That's all I can really say, you know? And once we're at 1,000 subs, I'm doing channel memberships, I'm opening Patreon, and I'm going to do my own crypto rug pull. Stay tuned for that, guys. I promise it's happening.